This is the first video I've ever really put out to YouTube concerning certain phenomenon that goes on in my life. Um, I got a big story to tell. Um, as this is happening, oh no, I can't capture it. There's just some certain things going on right now, metaphysically speaking, incarnating into physical forms for me. And this is concerning 5D consciousness, or the coming shift that is occurring in our world, in our physical reality, just so much as it is a spiritual concept. One of the things I've been contemplating right now is how heavily I've been taking certain toxins into my system, like this 305 brand Purple King cigarette. Not really trying to endorse it or anything. That's just what I fucking smoke, because I'm down here in Tarpon Springs, Florida right now. And I'm just leaving kind of like a breadcrumb trail of information, because at this point, and people who have survived or have found themselves in positions of phenomena related to GS, the people that come together to observe you and study you, for certain people, may always feel in your life that you're constantly under criticism, or there's somewhat of a target on your back. People that know what I'm talking about will get that. But anyways, right now I'm seeing patternistic reflections of my various spiritual practices inducing and this is theoretical, but a possible observation from this phenomenon based on like certain physiological things that I'm going through, but this is quantum related. Entanglement patterns, reflexive patterns of reality inversion is basically what science and a lot of different consciousness pioneers, I'm trying to think of the, for lack of a better word, pioneers in the field of this expansion of the definition of what the conscious constraints of the subconscious and conscious mind interrelated become when they become balanced and integrated. This message isn't really for everyone, but this is for people that are undergoing this type of phenomenon and experience. And these physiological signs are basically like, for people that are deeply connected to nature, the responsive nature of all the insects, animals, of any type of sort, even perchance happenstance movements of plants or trees, or feeling so grounded in your perception of unity with all of these creatures, and in ways that are not normally expected to be or defined by observations of these creatures in nature. They are acknowledging your presence. They are celebrating it in ways. This goes to like people deeply grounded and connected in nature right now. Something that I've been trying to do, and basically going out at odd hours of the night and just standing barefoot in my yard and grounding myself with the moon and the various energies of planetary systems. Although, there's a large connection between magnetic forces and consciousness, and how these planetary forces, when they align in certain areas and positions and physicality, start affecting electromagnetic modalities that govern the filter between various stages of consciousness. And although I'm damn it, my cigarette went out. although I'm starting to get deeper into the whole astrology aspect of things, planetary forces and even just memorizing star charts and planetary charts and moon phases and sun cycles and all this shit. And I'm getting deeper into it, but I'm also understanding the fact that these are not a strict governance system for all metaphysical workings, inward and outward. I mean, you go inward and pour into yourself, you're expanding, regardless of whether or not it could be the depth and capacity that you have inwardly to take in all of this cascading knowledge and experience that you may be receiving. This is somewhat of a download, but this is also like a declaration in the way that personally I am proclaiming sovereignty and absolute power over my situation, but also in balance with both light and darkness in the ultimate light of source. Interesting thing about tobacco, and this probably wouldn't be a good example of it because 305 is chock full of so many terrible chemicals. I mean, it's an A-class cigarette, but it's like a $5 pack. I mean, you get what you pay for. But this, the act of me respirating tobacco smoke is a very clearing feeling. It just allows me not to fully attach to any pattern completely and just impose it directly at will, right in the essence of when I need to. And for the people that are interacting with this experience, in later videos I'm going to discuss various physiological signs and biological indicators that this phenomenon is happening with you. This could be interactions with various poisons, carcinogens, misused or miscreated drug supplies filled with toxic byproducts and cutting agents, as well as various physiological signs that accompany certain drug users. I mean, the way that I'm using even just this simple stimulant is a chain reaction that causes something biologically that affects your perception, regardless of your knowledge. And these tools need to be respected and accepted in the general sphere of usage. I'm referencing various substances that are normally societally condemned and misunderstood, but that's just a small part of what's going on with this. But for the people that are truly interacting with some of this phenomenon similar to myself, drugs are a chain reaction to higher conscious modalities. And regardless of what people want to criticize you with your usage of them, you've always known them to be a necessary tool. It's just, personally, in this experience, I've found that I can't really live without the presence of psychoactive substances. It's just what presence of these substances I'm going to live with, what I'm going to integrate in my life, and what they learn with me and what I learn with them, because these drugs are physical representations of conscious states of greater being, but those states of greater being are connected to higher selves and other things, balance in low vibrational and high vibrational energy inversion, as above so below, and also the path of each soul in the reintegration described in the tomes of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. The traveling so far down that you invert and go back to the light if you're in darkness, or traveling so high up into the light that it starts to corrupt in a way, but not completely corrupted. Anything out of balance can weaken and destroy. Regardless of what people want to identify personally with themselves, light and darkness are individual aspects of the same mode and form of existence. So wherever you're led, but there's never too late of a time to actually turn back from terrible things. And this is going out to the people that have been in this group interference endeavor on my life. It's never too late to turn back. Anyways, and if you're doing good, don't discredit yourself for some of the mistakes and limitations that you have with your heart and mind. Anyways, I'm gonna finish this cigarette. Talk to y'all later.